Hi everyone, my name is Helena Richards, and I am, to say the least, super pissed. Got your attention? Good. So, I've been a freelance translator for about 15 years or so. I'm Norwegian, so I specialize in the Scandinavian languages. And if you're a translator yourself, you know it's a pretty cool gig, right? You're your own boss, you get to set your own schedule, for the most part, and you can make a good living and work from the comfort of your own home. Recently, however, there's been some very, shall we say, uncool things happening in the industry, particularly on the client side. And I want to know if I'm the only one that this is happening to. Within the past few years or so, I've been stiffed, as in not paid, several times by clients who, after I've submitted my work, suddenly come up with these excuses why they can't pay me. Ridiculous excuses like their client won't pay them and they can't pay me until they get paid. Or the client claims that the translation is done by Google Translate or a machine translation. I think you know what I mean. The classic dog ate my homework shit. This just happened to me again this past week with a Palestinian client who was very demanding to begin with. And halfway through the job, which was about 10,000 words into it, which I submitted in good faith, he tells me that the client claims that it was translated with Google Translate, and conveniently, the client just, canceled out the contract. And, they cannot come up with any specific evidence or any examples in the documents that I've translated to prove their claim. And even more frustrating, he had an incredibly tight timeline, so I was busting my ass until 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, on 2, 3 consecutive days, which was doubly incensed when he told me the contract had been pulled. And here I am with nothing to show for my time spent on this project, and not a penny received in payment after submitting nearly 10,000 words. And worse yet, now he's not even responding to my calls or my emails. Like I said, I've been in this industry for about 15 years, and I'm noticing a definite increase in the scam clients who obviously had no intent from the get-go of ever paying the translator for their services. And because we deal with clients all over the world, there is no way in hell that we can legally force them to make good on their contracts once they renegotiate. And problem is, they know that. And in addition to word rates now being pushed down to nearly slave labor levels, and payment terms are being pushed out to 60 days, 90 days, that's a discussion for a whole another day. This blatant fraud has got to stop, and it needs to stop now. And there used to be an honor system in place where you could depend on the client paying you on time upon delivery of your translation. Well, there are too many assholes, pardon my French, in our industry now, and on the client side, who are abusing this honor system, and it is broke, and we have to fix it. The problem is that we don't have a union or a body that represents us as a collective professional entity because we're all freelancers. So individually, we have no power against these unscrupulous bastards who are ruining our livelihood with absolute impunity. So, how do we fight back? I suggest we make our voices heard as a group with the heads of pros.com, ATA, Translators Cafe, and other translator organizations, and sign the petition on nomorescams.info and forward it to every translator you know and to all of the agencies listed above. In essence, the petition demands that the ATA, Pros, Translators Cafe vet every client that uses their service to certify that they are liquid and solvent and have the funds in their account to pay according to the negotiated terms for any job over, say, $500. And that if it is determined that the client has renegotiated payment without reasonable cause, the client will be prohibited from posting jobs on Pros and whatever other sites indefinitely. Obviously, I don't know the inner workings of Pros, but I'm pretty sure they can figure out a way to make this happen. I mean, they've made a pretty lucrative business over the years, brokering jobs between clients and translators without any real controls or protections in place to ensure that their clients are legit. And that has to change, and it has to change now. We now live in a world where companies are regularly hacked and technology can be used to deceive and rip off otherwise law-abiding people. And the honor system is officially dead. And we have to protect ourselves against these criminals. I mean, if we don't, who is going to do it for us? So, I urge you to please sign the petition and forward it to every translator you know and ask them to forward it to every translator they know. I mean, we only have strength in numbers. So let's make our voices heard loud and clear by the people who own and operate the ATA, Pros, and all the other translator organizations and authorities. And together, we can make a difference and get this scum element out of our profession for good. Okay, I feel better now. Thank you for listening, and please sign the petition now. And I would love to receive any feedback from you at my email info@nomorescam.info. Again, that's info@nomorescam.info. Thank you. Bye.